I got a soft spot for little kids, man. So after being a dad, man, I look at puppies and kids and I just get all like mushy and inside and like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I took the meeting anyway. I said, let me just meet her. And
beautiful
when
girl.
I met her that day, I knew she was a star. Like, just her look, the way she walked into a room and her confidence, and she performed in my office.
And she was, what, 17 years old at that point?
She was 16.
16.
Belts out of tune, she performs, and I tell her, there's no way out of this office. I signed her that day.
Did he call you or did he see you in person?
He seen some little ASAP back in the day. He seen like ASAP Bari and up there. He called them to the side like, yo, come here, yo. Like, let me holla at y'all. Like, my first song is out. I don't even know. He know them. So he like, yo, your man's like, what's up with that line? Like,
there are two ways to leave here. Either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor. So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing. Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Tyra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? He threatened her. This is her own words coming out of her mouth. And she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building.
So we just set up a meeting with Jay-Z. I met with him.
Were you nervous in the meeting?
What? Nervous is an understatement.
Yeah, sure.
I was a mess.
Jay-Z's past is catching up to him in ways that no one could have predicted. And this time, it involves none other than Rihanna. The whispers about Jay-Z's alleged questionable behavior with younger women have grown into a roar. And now, Rihanna's name is right at the center of this firestorm. And the shocking part? A$AP Rocky is reportedly ready to go off on Jay-Z to defend his partner, but Rihanna might be the one holding him back. Let's rewind to 2005. Rihanna, just 16 years old, flew from Barbados to New York for what would become a life-changing meeting with Jay-Z. Alone, with no parental supervision or chaperone, she was ushered into a Manhattan high-rise where Jay-Z allegedly pressured her to sign a recording contract. There are two ways to leave here, Jay-Z reportedly told her, either through the door with a signed deal or through this window. This wasn't just an offhanded joke. It was a comment that reportedly left Rihanna feeling like she had no choice but to sign. Imagine being a teenager, sitting across from one of the most powerful men in the music industry and feeling trapped. Rihanna signed the deal that night, and her career was launched.
Jay-Z in New York. Subsequently, Rihanna, at age 16, was flown from Barbados to New York for a meeting with Jay-Z, which lasted from midnight until 3 a.m. During this meeting, Jay-Z allegedly pressured Rihanna into signing a recording contract, telling her, "There's only two ways out the door or through this window."
But now new allegations are surfacing, casting that pivotal moment in a much darker light. Not long after Rihanna's career took off, rumors began swirling about an alleged affair between her and Jay-Z. Her former publicist, Jonathan Hay, later admitted to fabricating some of those rumors to promote Rihanna's debut single, Ponder Replay. At the time, it seemed like just another messy PR stunt, but recent revelations suggest there might be more to the story. Hay has now confessed that his resentment toward Jay-Z was brewing back then. He felt Jay-Z was prioritizing other artists like Tierra Marie over Rihanna, and his frustration led him to take drastic measures. But things get even murkier. Hay claims that federal agents later approached him about Jay-Z's behavior, including allegations of inappropriate relationships with younger women. He says the FBI wasn't just asking about Rihanna. They were investigating a pattern of behavior that allegedly spanned years and even crossed international borders. Adding fuel to the fire is a resurfaced interview where Rihanna herself described Jay-Z's unsettling joke during their first meeting. At the time, fans brushed it off as Jay-Z's sense of humor, but in the context of these new allegations, it feels far more sinister. In the interview, Rihanna said, "He told me, there are two ways to leave here, through the door or out the window. And we were on the 29th floor. I signed the deal right then." Even if it was a joke, why would a grown man say something like that to a 16-year-old girl? And why was she there alone, with no parental oversight? These questions are now being raised louder than ever. Meanwhile, Beyoncé's role in all this drama is being scrutinized too. Back when rumors about Jay-Z and Rihanna's alleged affair started circulating, insiders claimed Beyoncé wasn't just ignoring the gossip. she was actively trying to sabotage Rihanna's career. Songwriters Timothy and Theron Thomas, also known as R City, revealed that they originally wrote the hit song Bow Down for Rihanna. Somehow, Beyoncé ended up recording it instead. The timing was suspicious, and Rihanna even threw shade on Twitter, writing, "I only know how to be number one. I could use a challenge." Was Beyoncé protecting her marriage, or was there something more calculated happening behind the scenes? Fast forward to now, and A$AP Rocky is reportedly furious about the allegations surrounding Jay-Z and Rihanna. Insiders say he's disgusted by what he's heard and wants to publicly call out Jay-Z. But here's the catch. Rihanna is urging him to stay quiet. Why? Sources say Rihanna wants to protect her peace and her family. She's worried about the impact this could have on her sons, who will one day grow up and see all this unfold in the media.
He said there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor. So you was like, where's the pen? Paper, I'm signing. Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Tyra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? He threatened her. This is her own words coming out of her mouth. And she was a kid at that time, correct?
A 15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. And the 6 hours that she spent with him and the 4 hours that she spent alone with him with no parental supervision. Her father didn't show up to the next day to come and collect the check.
Well, and there's
this is her life.
The rumors were even beyond that, right? That Jay-Z was cheating on Beyonce with her when she was
Very
17
so.
Is what a lot of this came out through a publicist who later then had to apologize.
Have you spoken to my friend Jonathan Hay? You should talk to Jonathan.
Please.
Because Jonathan was there. He was right there working with Rihanna. And it was right when they started crafting her to be seen as a brand and commodity only and not a person. And when I talk to Jonathan now, just to hear him when he thinks of his teenage daughters, he was like, Rihanna was the same age my girls are now. I couldn't imagine putting my daughters through what we put her through. And then the next thing you know, she was removed from that first team from Palm the Replay and replaced with all new handlers and kept sheltered in Los Angeles, where she was going out to parties and partying at 15, 16, 17 years old, hanging out at the Rainbow Room, hanging out. Yeah, like it was one of my friends who found out she was 17 when everyone thought she was 21. And he was like, yo, why do y'all got me carrying this girl around? And oh, it's cool, it's cool.
But Rocky isn't one to back down easily. Insiders say he's torn between defending Rihanna and respecting her wishes to keep the drama out of the spotlight. As if all this wasn't enough, Jonathan Hay has also hinted at more bombshells involving Jay-Z.
Quiet.
They had to debunk that. Oh, we apologize. It wasn't real. We made it up in hopes of giving her single a boost.
Yeah, they
Like,
promised
what?
Jonathan a deal working at Tidal and something, and then they reneged. And then the next thing you know, he was caught in a home invasion robbery while he was working on the Drake Secret Baby Mama story,
Jeez.
Sophie. He was duct taped him and his daughter, and he was pow whipped in front of his child. So, you know, there's a lot that goes on in the backdrop.
And he's referenced Jay-Z's friendships with other controversial figures like Diddy and R. Kelly, questioning why Jay continued to work with them even after their questionable actions came to light.
PTSD, you made a comment about this. Like, this was from the Super Bowl appearance more recently. This bothered you, seeing her put the Rockefellers logo out there.
If you
what was
go
your
back
instinct to that?
and watch, it was almost as if she didn't want to put her hands up, and then she looked over where Jay-Z's box was, and then you just see her hand. She look at her. She's looking at his box. She didn't want to do it. She didn't even want to do that gig. But the hold, especially the financial hold with the companies and all of the money and all of the strings that he pulled to. He treats these women like shell corporations.
So when we put all the pieces together.
Hay also alleged that Jay-Z's team pressured him into retracting statements about the Rihanna rumors, promising perks like promotion on Tidal in exchange for his silence. But when those promises weren't kept, Hay decided to speak out. And let's not forget Jaguar Wright, the industry whistleblower who never holds back. Jaguar recently claimed that Rihanna's infamous Super Bowl performance, where she threw up the Rockefeller sign, might have been a cry for help. She suggested Rihanna didn't even want to do the performance, but felt pressured by Jay-Z and his team. She looked at his box before putting her hands up, Jaguar said. It's like she didn't want to do it, but she had no choice. Jaguar also doubled down on her belief that Jay-Z has a pattern of exploiting young women, tying this back to the allegations in the lawsuit filed by attorney Tony Busby. As these allegations pile up, it's becoming harder for Jay-Z to maintain his untouchable image. While he's denied all wrongdoing and pointed to his strict code of honor, critics are questioning why he stayed close to people like R. Kelly and Diddy, who have faced their own damning accusations. And even if the allegations in the current lawsuit against Jay-Z turn out to be false, what about the stories involving Rihanna, Foxy Brown, and others? With so much at stake, it's no wonder Rihanna is trying to keep the peace. But should Rocky step in and speak out, or is staying silent the better move to protect their family? What's your take on all this? Do you believe the allegations against Jay-Z? Should ASAP Rocky call him out, or is it better for him to let it go? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama. Stay tuned because this story is far from over, and there's so much more to uncover.